They have endured so many brutal losses this year. And I'd even look at the Sunday game against Seattle, not as, in the pantheon of brutal losses, but it was ugly. They couldn't score a run. They left 150,000 people on base. I think they were 0 for 11 with runners in scoring position, and they got shut out by the Seattle Mariners. It was a bad loss. It was an ugly loss. But every time this team has had a bad loss, every time this team has taken a kick in the you-know-what, they've always responded. I mean, even on a night like last night, they're getting shut down by Carlos Hernandez. They were shut down the day before against the Mariners. They were on a streak where they hadn't scored a run in like 17 straight innings. But they found a way. So I know that, maybe to some Yankee fans, this team doesn't remind you of 2017. Maybe you don't have a championship feel for them. And I don't know how the season's going to end. They may not even make the playoffs. Who the hell knows how it's going to end? But they have shown a lot of will to fight back after brutal losses. And to me, that is the sign of a team that has a soul or has a heart.
Well, and they've also made the moves they needed to make. Before the trade deadline, even G was saying leading up to it, it just doesn't feel like their type of year. And I was with them. It was, I don't want to say they were a dead team, but, they were losing bad games. I mean, historically bad games, as we know. But, yes, they would bounce back and win series. And now, so they have taken care of business. Yes, they have been denied sweeps, understandably so. Sunday was one of them. To me, not a big deal. They took 3 out of 4, and they come back and they win the opener. What they did, though, at the deadline was what I think most Met fans were hoping that their team did. They didn't go make a move. They went and made a move. They went and made 2 moves. They went and made big moves, and it changed, to me, the complete complexion of this team, because now I look up and down, and I forget who it was, if it was... it was one of the might have been Stanton, might have been Judge, I forget. One of the guys that was there, or Gardner perhaps, said, you look at the lineup, there's no easy out, like at all. And it's an all-star lineup, top to bottom. All right, maybe 8-9, but you get my point. And all of a sudden, you feel like they are going to put up runs every single game. Ironically, they were struggling for the 17 innings, but you just go into a game. Like I bet them last week against, was it Seattle? I think Seattle. And I had to give 2.5 runs. I'm like, sure. Yeah, no problem. I mean, I expect them to put up 9 runs a game. So, to me, they get good pitching. The lineup is dynamic now. And Anthony Rizzo, to me, made the difference. And I know he's out for a little while with the COVID. But I think this team is built for the long haul now, where I didn't think that prior to.
Well,
and I do. And I also said this, too, before the trade deadline, or right after the trade deadline. I still like the Yankees' chances better to win the AL East than I like the Mets to win the NL East when the Mets were still in first place. That's how much, to me, it flipped.